Hello, good morning. This is your daily outlook for Thursday, the 10th of May. The euro plummeted yesterday against the dollar, falling as low as 129.11 from 130.03 on growing fears about Europe's debt crisis. Investors are worried about Greece's ability to avoid bankruptcy and that it may have to leave Europe's single currency. Greek leaders failed to form a new government on Wednesday and fears of another election are heightened. Developments in Spain and its banking system continue to weigh on the euro after the nationalisation of the country's fourth largest bank, Bankia. The Spanish government action to take a 45% stake on Bankia aims to dispel concerns about the country's financial problems, but fears pushed Spanish bond yields back above 6% today. The US dollar strengthened yesterday as risk aversion dominated the markets. Against the safe haven Japanese yen, the greenback continues to be under pressure, sliding to 79.42 from 79.93. And in the absence of an intervention by the Bank of Japan, the yen may be strong as political uncertainty in the Eurozone resumes. Eyes now turn to the US jobs and trade balance figures due later today. The Australian dollar rebounded today against the dollar to 101.19 from 100.20 after the employment data was released. Figures showed an unexpected drop to the unemployment rate to 4.9% in April, lower than 5.2% in March. The British pound fell against the greenback to 160.66 from 161.56, but later it recovered its losses to trade at 161.53. Focus turns to today's monetary policy decision by the Bank of England, which is expected to keep rates unchanged. What is interesting is to see whether policymakers will decide on an expansion of the asset purchasing programme or whether the Monetary Policy Committee will move away from its easing cycle. Looking at commodities, we saw oil edge lower to $95.17 a barrel from $97.09. Gold slid to $1,579.90 an ounce from $1,604.29, and against the euro, it edged lower to €1,229.40 an ounce from €1,234.36. Looking at silver, we saw it drop to $28.60 an ounce from $29.40. Let's take a look at what the currencies are doing this morning. The euro-dollar pivot point is at 129.80 with a preference to enter into short positions at 129.80. The dollar-yen pivot points at 79.80 with a preference to enter into short positions at 79.80. The Aussie-dollar pivot points at 100.15 with a preference to enter into long positions at 100.15. The sterling-dollar pivot points at 161.10 with a preference to enter into long positions at 161.10. And the dollar-CAD pivot points at 100.60 with a preference to enter into short positions at 100.60. Looking at commodities, the oil pivot point is at 95.30 with a preference to enter into long positions at 95.30. The gold pivot point is at 1600 with a preference to enter into short positions at 1600. And the silver pivot point is at 29.65 with a preference to enter into short positions at 29.65. And of course, for more up-to-date information, please visit us at easy-forex.com. And on the calendar, the market movers are the UK industrial production, forecast to fall 0.3%, UK manufacturing production, forecast to gain 0.5%, UK Bank of England interest rate decision, forecast to remain unchanged at 0.5%, US initial jobless claims, forecast to come out at 369,000, and the US trade balance, forecast to come out at minus 50 billion. Now on to equities. In Europe, the FTSE was down 0.44%, the DAX was up 0.47%, and the CAC was down 0.20%. In the US, the SP 500 was down 0.67%, and the Dow was down 0.75%. In Asia at the time of writing, the Nikkei was down 0.05%, and the Hang Seng was down 0.89%. It's been your Daily Outlook. I'm Emma Andre from the Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a good day.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager waiting for you now.